My child, stop for a moment and listen to me. This message is not random, and you are not here by accident. I know what you've been carrying, even the parts you never said out loud. I know the moment that still echoes in your mind, the memory that tightens your chest when you least expect it. You have tried to move on, but the pain keeps tapping on your heart, asking to be acknowledged. Today, I am answering that pain. I need you to hear me clearly now. What happened to you mattered. It was not small. It was not nothing. And it did not slip past my eyes. I see the injustice you swallowed. I see the silence you were forced into. I see how you questioned yourself, wondering if you were too sensitive, too weak, or somehow responsible. My child, do not skip this moment, because I am about to speak truth into a wound that has shaped the way you see yourself. You have been strong for so long, stronger than you should have had to be. You smiled when you were breaking. You kept going when your heart was tired. And still, part of you wonders why it had to happen at all. You replay the words, the betrayal, the loss, or the rejection, asking what you did wrong. I am here to interrupt that cycle. I am here to tell you something your heart has been waiting to hear. Before I go any further, I want this message to reach not only you, but others who are hurting in silence. If this is touching your heart, like this video now, let it be a sign that you are receiving what I am speaking. Comment what you are feeling, even if it's just one honest word. Share this with 3 people who need to know they are not crazy for still hurting. Hype this video, because I am using it to reach wounded hearts. And subscribe to this channel, because I will continue to speak life, truth, and healing into you. My child, I know you've tried to explain it away. You told yourself it made you stronger. You told yourself it's in the past. But deep down, you know something was taken from you, something you didn't deserve to lose. You have been waiting for someone to say, that wasn't fair, without excuses or conditions. I am that someone. Lean in now. Do not rush past this. I am about to uncover what you buried, not to hurt you again, but to heal you completely. What I am about to say will free you from shame you were never meant to carry. Stay with me, because this is the beginning of restoration. My child, I see you. Not the version of you that learned how to function, but the real you beneath the surface. I see the weight you've been carrying quietly, the questions you never found answers to, and the emotions you learned to hide because no one seemed to know what to do with them. You did not imagine the pain. You did not exaggerate it. What you felt was real, and I want you to know that I have been watching over you every step of the way. I saw the moment your heart shifted. I saw the look you gave when you realized things would never be the same. I saw how you tried to be brave, how you told yourself to be mature, to be forgiving, to move on. But I also saw the nights you lay awake, replaying it all, wondering why it had to happen to you. I saw how you questioned your worth, how you wondered if something about you made you easy to hurt or easy to overlook. My child, hear me now. You were never invisible to me. I recognized your silence when words felt too heavy. I recognized the strength it took just to keep showing up when your heart wanted to retreat. I recognized the tears you wiped away quickly because you didn't want anyone to worry. I recognized the prayers you didn't even know how to form, the ones that came out as sighs, as exhaustion, as quiet frustration. Even when you couldn't explain what you were feeling, I understood it fully. You are not weak for still feeling it. You are not behind because healing hasn't followed a neat timeline. Pain does not disappear just because time passes, and I have never measured your growth by how well you hide your wounds. I measure it by your endurance, by the way you kept loving, hoping, and believing even when part of you was hurting deeply. That matters to me more than you know. My child, I also see the confusion. The part of you that wondered if I was disappointed in you, or if I was distant when you needed me most. I want to gently correct that thought. I was not far. I was close, closer than you realized. When you felt unsupported, I was supporting you. When you felt unheard, I was listening. When you felt alone, I was surrounding you with my presence, even if your pain made it hard to sense me. You do not have to prove your pain to me. You do not have to justify it or downplay it. I already know. I already see. And I am not rushing you past this moment. I am sitting with you in it, acknowledging it, honoring what you went through. You are safe with me now. You are seen, fully and completely, and nothing about your story disqualifies you from my love. My child, I need you to hear this slowly and clearly, because this truth breaks chains that have been wrapped around your heart for too long. What happened to you was not fair. It was not deserved. It was not earned by a flaw in you or a failure within you. I am saying this plainly because you have spent too much time wondering if you caused it, invited it, or somehow should have known better. That lie ends here. I am not a God who excuses harm or hides behind silence. I do not confuse endurance with permission, and I do not call injustice character building. A wounded you did not come from me. I did not plan your pain, and I did not require your suffering to teach you a lesson. Human choices, brokenness, and sin create wounds, and sometimes they land on hearts that never deserved them. Yours was one of those hearts. You were not punished. You were not overlooked. And you were not weak for being affected by it. I see how you tried to carry responsibility that was never yours. I see how you replayed conversations, moments, and decisions, wondering where you could have changed the outcome. My child, even if you had done everything differently, it would not justify what was done to you. Responsibility does not belong on your shoulders. I need to lift another weight from you. You are not faithless because it hurt. You are not ungrateful because you struggled. You are not broken because the memory still stings. Pain does not mean you lack trust in me. It means you are human, and you were wounded in a place that mattered. I do not shame you for that. I draw closer to you because of it. You may have heard voices telling you to just forgive and forget, to move on quickly, to stop bringing it up. But I do not heal by denial. I heal by truth. And the truth is this: you were hurt, and it mattered. I do not ask you to pretend it didn't affect you. I ask you to let me carry you through it. My child, your value did not decrease because someone failed to protect you, honor you, or love you rightly. Their actions do not define your worth. I define you, and I call you precious, chosen, and deeply loved. What happened did not disqualify you. It did not stain you. It did not remove my hand from your life. Let this settle into your spirit now. You are allowed to name what was wrong. You are allowed to grieve what you lost. And you are allowed to heal without blaming yourself. I am restoring truth where lies have lived for too long. Stay with me, because this truth is the doorway to your freedom. My child, as this truth pours into you, I want you to understand something sacred. When you help this message go forward, you are helping light reach others who are still sitting in the dark you just stepped out of. My word says that when seed is sown into good ground, it produces a harvest far beyond what the eye can see, and I am telling you now that this is good ground. I am speaking to you directly when I say that those who release soil will not run dry, and those who spread light will never be left in darkness. If your heart is stirred, this is your moment to act with me. Not later, but now. Support this mission through Super Thanks, through membership, or through PayPal, because the link is waiting for you in the description and shown in the QR code before you. I bless what you give as an act of obedience, and I command this seed to return to you pressed down, shaken together, and overflowing. Do it now, and watch what I open because of your obedience. My child, because I love you, I must speak to you gently but firmly now. Pain that is not healed can quietly become a voice that guides your choices, and I do not want your wounds deciding your future. I know how easy it is to let what happened shape how you protect yourself, how you trust, and how you see the world. I understand why you built walls. I understand why you became cautious, guarded, or distant. But I need you to hear this with my heart. Do not let what hurt you harden you. There is a difference between wisdom and bitterness, and sometimes they can feel very similar. Wisdom protects your heart while still allowing love to flow. Bitterness closes your heart entirely and convinces you it is safer that way. I do not want you living behind walls that keep pain out but also keep joy, connection, and peace away. You were not created to survive only. You were created to live fully. Be careful not to turn inward in a way that isolates you. I see how self-blame tries to return when things go wrong, whispering that you should have known better or tried harder. That voice is not mine. I do not speak to my children with accusation or shame. When you catch yourself rehearsing the past with harsh judgment toward yourself, pause and remember what I have already told you. The responsibility does not belong to you. I also want to warn you about carrying resentment toward others, even when it feels justified. Holding on to anger may feel like control, but it slowly poisons the one who carries it. I am not asking you to excuse what happened. I am not asking you to trust those who proved untrustworthy. I am asking you not to let resentment become a permanent resident in your heart. It will weigh you down more than you realize. My child, do not confuse forgiveness with access. Forgiveness is something you release with me. Access is something that must be earned with change and accountability. You are allowed to have boundaries. You are allowed to say no. You are allowed to protect your heart while it heals. Do not let anyone pressure you into reopening wounds in the name of peace. True peace does not rush healing or ignore truth. I also caution you not to define yourself by what you endured. You are more than your trauma. You are more than the worst thing that happened to you. When pain becomes identity, it limits what you believe is possible for your future. I am leading you forward, not anchoring you to the past. Do not keep looking back at the place I am already guiding you out of. Listen closely, my child. Healing requires honesty, patience, and trust. It does not require self-punishment, isolation, or silence. When you feel yourself pulling away from hope, from love, or from me, let that be a signal to come closer, not farther. I am correcting your course not to restrict you, but to protect you. Your heart matters to me, and I am committed to guiding you into wholeness. My child, I want you to breathe for a moment and let this truth settle into you. You are still standing, and that is not by accident. There were moments when you thought you wouldn't make it through, moments when the weight felt too heavy and the silence too loud. Yet here you are. Not because you were strong on your own, but because I was holding you when your strength ran out. Even when you felt abandoned, you were never unsupported. I know you sometimes look at yourself and only see what the pain changed. You notice the caution in your voice, the way you hesitate before trusting, the parts of you that feel tired. But I see something more. I see endurance that was forged in fire. I see compassion that came from knowing what it feels like to hurt. I see wisdom growing where confusion once lived. The pain did not destroy you, and it did not define you. It revealed the strength I placed within you long before the wound ever came. My child, you did not survive by accident. Every time you got up when you wanted to stay down, I was lifting you. Every time you kept loving even when fear told you to close your heart, I was guiding you. You are not weak because you needed time. You are not fragile because you felt deeply. Sensitivity is not a flaw. It is evidence of a heart that is still alive. I want you to stop comparing your healing to anyone else's journey. Healing is not a race, and there is no shame in moving slowly. I am not measuring your progress by how calm you appear or how well you hide your scars. I measure it by your willingness to keep walking forward with me, even when your steps feel uncertain. That faith matters more than perfection. There is strength in you that you have not fully recognized yet. Strength that does not shout or demand attention, but strength that endures, adapts, and continues to hope. You learned how to keep going in the middle of disappointment, and that resilience will serve you well as I lead you into new seasons. What once felt like survival will become the foundation for stability and confidence. My child, you are not alone now, and you were not alone then. Even in the moments you felt most isolated, my presence surrounded you. I was shaping you quietly, teaching you to lean on me rather than your own understanding. I was preparing you to recognize peace when it returns, and to receive it without fear. Let this encourage you. You are not broken beyond repair. You are not delayed beyond redemption. You are not damaged goods. You are my child, and I am proud of how far you have come, even when no one else saw the fight you were in. Strength is rising in you again, not the kind that hardens the heart, but the kind that steadies it. Stay close to me, because what is ahead requires the courage you already carry. My child, now I speak promise over you, not as a distant hope, but as a living assurance. I know you have learned to be careful with expectations, because disappointment taught you to guard your heart. But listen to me. I am not careless with promises, and I do not speak comfort without intention. What I am doing in your life is steady, deliberate, and faithful, even when you cannot yet see the full picture. I promise you this: nothing you endured will be wasted. Not the tears, not the confusion, not the waiting. I am a redeemer, and redemption means I take what was meant to break you and I use it to build something stronger within you. I do not erase the past, but I transform its power over you. What once brought pain will no longer control your future. You may feel behind, as if time was stolen from you and others moved ahead while you were healing. But I am not bound by timelines the way you are. I restore years in ways that cannot be measured by calendars. I bring fulfillment, peace, and purpose in seasons that arrive right on time, not late. Trust me with the pace of your life. I am not rushing you, and I am not forgetting you. I promise you peace that does not depend on circumstances, not the fragile peace that disappears when things go wrong, but the steady peace that anchors your heart even when life feels uncertain. This peace will guard your thoughts when memories resurface and calm your spirit when fear tries to speak louder than truth. You will not always feel the ache you feel now. Healing will grow quietly, and one day you will realize the weight has lifted. I also promise you clarity. The confusion that once clouded your mind will not last forever. I will bring understanding where there were questions, and discernment where there was doubt. You will learn to trust your voice again, to listen without fear, and to move forward without constantly looking back. I am teaching you how to walk in wisdom without living in suspicion. My child, I promise companionship. I am not sending you into the future alone. I will place people in your life who honor you, respect you, and see you clearly. Healthy connection will not feel foreign forever. Love will not always feel risky. I am healing your heart so that you can receive what is good without bracing for harm. And hear this promise deeply. I am patient with you. I am not disappointed in your process. I do not withdraw when you struggle. I remain constant while you learn to trust again. My love does not fluctuate with your emotions or your progress. It is steady, covering you in every step of becoming whole. Hold on to this, my child. I am working ahead of you, beside you, and within you. What feels uncertain I will not remain unclear forever. I am faithful, and I will finish what I have begun in you. My child, now comes a moment of decision, not one filled with pressure, but one filled with purpose. Healing does not happen by accident. It begins when you choose to place what you have been carrying into my hands. I am not forcing this moment on you, but I am inviting you into it. You have listened, you have recognized the truth, and now I ask you to respond. I want you to be honest with me in a way you may have avoided before. Speak to me about what still hurts, not the version you think sounds faithful, but the real one. I already know your thoughts, but there is power when you choose to open your heart willingly. Release the questions you keep recycling. Release the blame you keep turning inward. You do not need to solve everything before you come to me. You come as you are. This is where trust begins to rebuild. Not trust in people, not trust in outcomes, but trust in me. Trust that I am capable of carrying what overwhelmed you. Trust that I am gentle with your fragile places. Trust that surrender does not mean losing control, but gaining peace. When you let go of what you were never meant to carry alone, your heart will begin to rest again. I am asking you to choose to stop rehearsing the past as if it still holds power over you. The memory may exist, but it does not get to command your future. When it rises, bring it to me instead of reliving it alone. This is an act of faith, even when it feels uncomfortable. Every time you choose me over fear, you strengthen your spirit. My child, there may be steps ahead that require courage. Opening up again, setting boundaries without guilt, allowing joy without suspicion. These steps do not have to happen all at once. Obedience is often quiet and gradual. What matters is that you say yes to me today, even if tomorrow still feels uncertain. I am activating something new within you. A readiness to heal without denying your story. A willingness to move forward without erasing the past. This is not about pretending you were never hurt. It is about deciding that hurt will not be the final voice in your life. You are allowed to choose freedom, even if you are still learning how to live in it. Pause with me now. Let your heart answer me. You do not need perfect words. A simple willingness is enough. When you choose me in this moment, I will meet you with grace, guidance, and strength. I will walk with you through every next step. You are not alone in this decision, and you never will be. My child, come rest here with me now. You have listened, you have opened your heart, and you have allowed truth to touch places that were once guarded. Let me gently remind you of what you now know. You did not deserve what happened to you. It was not fair. It was not your fault. And it does not have the authority to define the rest of your life. I am writing the narrative with love, patience, and purpose. You are not the same person you were before the pain, but you are not less. You are wiser, more aware, and more deeply rooted in truth. Healing is not finished in a moment, but peace is already settling into you. You may still have days where memories surface, but they will no longer carry the same weight. I am teaching your heart how to feel safe again, one breath at a time. I want you to look forward now, not with fear, but with expectation. What lies ahead is not another season of loss, but one of restoration. I am guiding you toward relationships that honor you, moments that bring joy without anxiety, and a future that feels steady again. You do not have to rush to get there. Walk with me. I will set the pace. Remember this whenever doubt tries to return. You are deeply loved. You are protected. You are not alone. I am not finished with you, and I never abandon you in your darkest hour. The same hands that carried you through the pain are leading you into peace. Before we close, I want you to help this message continue reaching my children who are still questioning their worth. If this word brought comfort to you, like this video as an act of agreement. Comment what you felt or what you're releasing today. Share this with 3 people who need to hear that they didn't deserve what happened to them. Subscribe to this channel and hype this video, because I am using it to heal hearts far beyond what you can see. My child, as you step into peace, I now speak to those whose hearts are stirred to help others find this same healing. When you give, you are sowing seed into lives that are desperate for light, and I promise you that no seed planted in obedience ever returns empty. I am the one who said that those who pour out oil will always have more, and today I am inviting you to be part of that flow. This is me speaking to you now, calling you to act while your heart is open and your spirit is willing. Support this mission through super thanks, through membership, or through PayPal, because the links are waiting for you in the description and shown in the QR code on this video. I bless every gift as a prophetic act, and I release increase, peace, and favor over those who obey my voice. Do it now, and watch how I multiply what you place in my hands.